A very good morning to you all. This footage is from like 5 a.m. because I have a 7:30 flight to Denver today. You're coming with me this weekend to Bellfast, which is a huge kettlebell expo or convention, however you want to think about it. I'll explain a little bit more about how and why I'm going, but in the meantime, let me introduce myself if it's your first time here. My name's Justina, and I'm a New York City-based personal trainer who loves breaking down complex concepts so you better understand how your body works. If that sounds good to you, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button and stick around. I'm really trying to hit 100K by the end of the year, so every little bit helps. Now, in the meantime, sit back, relax, fasten your seatbelt in case of turbulence, and I'll see you when we're all settled in Denver. Good morning. No, good afternoon. Oh my God, what time is it? We're in Colorado, everybody. Okay, so here's the plan. Oh yes. They have coffee for the morning. That's fantastic. I look absolutely insane. We're gonna chat about what the heck is going on in just a few minutes. I'm gonna get settled. It is 3 o'clock Denver time. I have to be out of here at like 4:50. So I'm gonna unpack a little bit, get myself situated. Oh, this is so cute. Then we're gonna start to get ready. We'll talk about why the heck I'm in Denver. But in the meantime, let's get unpacked. We're here. This lighting is crazy and I look insane. All right, so like I said, we're in Denver and I am here for Bellfest. So Bellfest is essentially like a big kettlebell convention, I guess is the best way to put it. And I'm actually here on behalf of Somble, which is the platform that I host my online platform on, which is the Fit Club. So essentially Somble they have like a table, the best way to put it, at Belfast. But one of the founders who is here today, he does have a wedding tomorrow. So he's actually taking a red eye out tonight. So he actually approached me and was like, would you be into going to Belfast, basically like as a proxy for Somble, like as a representative? And quite literally the way that he put it was like, you're well-spoken and you're proficient in kettlebells. And I was like, best compliment I've ever gotten. Huge shout out to Somble for sending me here. This video is not sponsored, but I thought it would be fun just to kind of like bring you guys along and show you behind the scenes of what Belfast is like. So here's oh, I just lost so much of this foundation. Did you see that?
So here's the edge.
Oh my God, it exploded everywhere. No. Okay, here's what we're gonna do first. We're not gonna waste product, except the part that is wasted. All right, let's break down the itinerary real quick. So today it is currently Friday. It's about 3:20. At 6 o'clock, Belfast is hosting this like summit where it's basically a time where Ensemble is presenting. I'm gonna assume there's gonna be other presentations. Essentially, one of the founders who's here with me, he's gonna be leading this presentation, kind of all about like tips and tricks of scaling your business. And obviously, promoting Somble is part of that. Me and the founder of Belfast, Maddie, we are both kind of being used as like case studies. So we're going to be up there answering questions, which I definitely need to practice. Dom sent me like a really rough kind of outline, but I don't know like what the presentation even looks like. But I think it's going to be totally fine. I think the thing that makes me anxious is a lot of these questions are all about like marketing and sales funnels. And I'm just like, I'm kind of making this up as I go. Right, so that's tonight, the summit, and then tomorrow, all day, like 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., every hour, there's like a different coach who's leading a workshop that's like usually targeted in something specific. So like I know tomorrow there is a Turkish get-up workshop. There is, I think, something with, have you ever seen like functional kettlebell training, like that certification? I think they're here. It's really cool because this is a cert I've always wanted to do is Animal Flow. I think like the creator, the founder is going to be doing something tomorrow. And so tomorrow, since Dom is going to be at a wedding, I'm basically manning the Somble booth. And my job is going to like basically be getting interviews with different coaches, like for social media. So I'm basically like a red carpet announcer. That I actually feel less nervous about. I'm a little nervous about tonight. But then Sunday, there is another, I think it's like a half day of workshops. I ended up booking a flight in the morning because your girl's got to work on Monday. So I won't be there for that, but we think I'm going to be able to get like plenty of footage and everything. I'm trying to remember, it must have been like the flights that were available. I'm trying to remember why I came out here so freaking early. I'm not regretting being in an Airbnb. It's like, this is actually like kind of nice. I think a lot of the hotels were just like a little bit out of the price point or maybe like booked or something. A part of me is like, the only The only reason why I kind of regret it is because I got in so early, and usually because of my like Marriott status, if I stayed at Marriott, if I got there in the morning, I probably could have like just checked in early, or at least just had like a built-in place to sit or like drop my luggage to go do something. But check-in here wasn't until 3, so I literally like sat at a Starbucks and got a ton of work done, which was great, but I felt bad. I'm just like sitting in this Starbucks in the middle of Arvada on a highway. And then, you know, I do the New York City thing where I'm like, oh, this Starbucks is just a 15-minute walk from the Airbnb. Amazing. And honestly, I wasn't sure. Like, I'm getting a per diem for food, but because I don't know this specific area that well, I was like, well, let me just like pick up something that literally screams non-union bus and truck tour. I will show you in just a moment. Let me pick up something so that I have like food from this Walgreens that's across the street. So I crossed the street to this Walgreens, which wouldn't be as crazy crossing a highway, just like walking, but I also have this bright pink fucking suitcase. Everyone's probably just like, what is this girl doing? Is she okay? So wait, I literally have to show you what I got from Walgreens. This was a staple for me when I was still in theater. That's a different video. And performing, and like you didn't have anything nearby. Hold please. I'm just gonna show you the whole food haul in the bathroom apparently. First of all, in-flight pretzels, saved them because you never know when you're gonna need some quick carbs tomorrow. I also picked up 2 protein bars, one for tomorrow morning, one for the morning of the flight. Here's where it gets like musical theater toury. I got a bowl of ramen with some tuna to mix in. Don't knock it till you try it. And then I knew that I wanted something sweet, so I just grabbed these pretzels. So then I'm like, okay, let me start to walk over to this Airbnb. And it was you saw that clip of me walking. It was like a very busy highway. Luckily, there were some sidewalks, but unfortunately, I was trying to cross at an intersection that did not have a crosswalk. So I then had to backtrack, but I was too embarrassed to just turn around and like walk back the way I came. So I went like all the way around this like complex and then back like behind. And then was able to cross the highway, was able to get on the right side of the road. And then that was just like a whole freaking ordeal. And on my way past this liquor store, and I was like, we're going in. Traveling sometimes, you just need like a glass of wine at the end of the night. I'm probably not even going to finish that bottle. I'm going to continue to keep getting ready. And I think I'm going to try and go over some of the talking points that I have for tonight so that I don't sound like I'm making it up as I go, even though I am. Oh, one more other like really exciting thing. One of my virtual clients who I train one-on-one on Zoom, she lives in Colorado. I forget where, I think like Colorado Springs area. You can correct me because I know you're going to watch this. I got like a friends and family discount code because I'm like technically working Belfast. And I sent it over to her because I was like, I know we do a lot of kettlebell stuff. It's not super close to you, but if you're interested, and she's coming. So I get to meet my client in real life. So if she's down, you'll get to meet her too. And if she's not down, you'll see her in the comments of this video. Okay, I'm going to put this mascara on. We'll come back.
So unfortunately, I didn't get any footage of my talk with Dom Ensemble outside of that Instagram post that I included in here. And I'll end up breaking this down a bit more in my footage from the next day, but I honestly didn't feel that great about it. People are so nice, and both Friday night and throughout the day Saturday, I was getting compliments on how helpful and informative my chat was. And I don't think people are bullshitting me, but I just know that I could have done better. I have a really hard time feeling like an expert in kind of anything, and I think a lot of that stems from a lot of things. Having a theater degree and not wanting exercise science, getting into training later in life, not playing sports seriously growing up. But I had a realization on the plane ride home that I need to own my shit more. I've been in this industry since 2016. I have the credentials and the education and the experience, and I have a successful business to back all of that up. People would fucking kill for 70,000 subscribers that I have on here. That tends to get lost on me because it's all I've ever known, and technically, like, I guess kind of happened by accident, but I just need to own it more and like get more comfortable speaking with authority, especially in front of my peers. So I don't know, man, maybe that's like a new goal for the second half of the year.
I could be a sunshine, not gonna stop until we collide. I could be a sunshine, every time you get in my, baby, give me a raise, give me a raise. Every time you get in my, living for lazy days.
Good morning. Sorry, it's a little dark. I can't even imagine turning on overhead lighting quite yet. There we go. So I just got up at 6. I'm gonna leave here at like 7:30. I'm sure voiceover Justina gave you the rundown of how things went last night. Last night felt like I was supposed to really brag about myself, and that's really hard. Like, it's hard to be like, I'm an expert in X, Y, and Z, when I do kind of feel like sometimes I'm making it up as I go, but it's fine. It's fine. We're gonna focus on today. We have 2 issues. Number 1, I brought the wrong tripods. So my big job today with Somble is to interview the coaches that are there, like throughout the different workshops that are happening, and just asking different questions and basically getting content. So I was given an SD card to get this content on my camera with my mics, which I brought all of that stuff, and then I'm gonna just give the SD card to Dom when we're back in New York. So again, it's social content, like for Instagram short form. So I need to be filming this way. See how right now I'm filming this way? I didn't bring the right tripod for that. This one that you're on right now is kind of bendy. I played with it for like 30 minutes last night. I can get it vertical. It's just not super stable. It's also this big, and I'm gonna be at a booth. So I'm like, where am I gonna prop this up on? Worst case scenario, I could film with my phone, because I do have an attachment for this for my phone, and I do have an attachment to get my mics on there, and then I can just airdrop all of the footage to my computer and manually put it on the SD card tonight. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but then it doesn't solve the issue. Oh, and in that case, I guess I'm gonna see if Maddie has an extra tall tripod. I'm mad at myself I didn't think of that, but I actually don't even think my tripod, which is like kind of bulky because it's for a camera, I actually don't even think it would have fit in my suitcase. I'm just mad I didn't think about it. Anyway, we're gonna figure that out. Last night I was like, oh, I fucked up. But anyway, here's issue number 2. We're about to get really real, okay? So yesterday, peed in the toilet here, flushed it, all of the water. I was like, holy shit. And this was right before I had to step out the door, so I was late yesterday. So I contacted the Airbnb person this is her house, I'm in the basement. She came down, it took her a while to fix it. She actually had to stay in here as I went to the event last night, and then messaged me that it was fixed. I get home, pee in the toilet paper in there, flush it, and it comes up, and then just all the water goes out, and just the toilet paper's left. Pee again before bed, same thing. So I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with this toilet? Also, I don't want to say anything again, because I don't want to be a bother, but also, here's where the biggest issue comes in. What happens if I poop? Because here's my nightmare. I poop, and nothing good sucks out. And then there's just poop sitting in there. And I tell this fucking lady, there's poop in her toilet. What am I supposed to do? This is I can't remember if I talked about this yesterday on camera or not. That's why I prefer hotels, for many reasons. So that's where we're at. I'm gonna sit here for 5 more minutes, and then we're gonna get our face put on and everything, and get dressed, and figure out how I'm gonna poop. Great.
I'm wearing your t-shirt. It smells like roses after rain. There was storm. I tried to flirt, but you mess with neurons in my...
All right, I have to tell you all, Belfast is a freaking marathon of a weekend. I'll pop up on the screen all of the workshops throughout the day, but I definitely needed to pace myself and realized it very quickly. I actually sat out of way more than I thought I would, but yeah, doing 8 workouts in a row is simply unachievable. And when I say that, it sounds obvious, right? But anyway, you're seeing some clips of the workshops I participated in. They started with a breathwork and mouth taping session, which I assumed would be pretty chill, and I was wrong. I was sweating by the end of this. And then I also got to learn from some of the functional kettlebell training method, or FKT, which is on my long list of continuing education to do at some point. The creator of freaking Animal Flow was there. I fangirled a little bit because I was doing his workouts over 10 years ago. There was also stuff with kettlebell juggling, sports style, flow work, a landmine workshop, just so much variety and knowledge in one place, and also more Vivo barefoot shoes than I've ever seen under one roof. And then I also got to connect with so many cool coaches while pulling them for little interviews with Somble social media throughout the day, which was huge for my goal of connecting with more coaches. What's funny is that Kevin was so curious if anyone followed me on YouTube there, since it was both like coaches and just kettlebell enthusiasts, and I told him that no one came up to me. But Saturday night, I actually got a message from Hannah, hey girl, what's up if you're watching, who messaged me and said that she'd been following me for years and she was at Belfast, but she just didn't have the courage to come up and say hi. So I am saying hi here. Hey girl, what's up? And I also get it. Like I might put on a very extroverted front, but I do also get socially anxious around people. I'm definitely more introverted in the sense that like I recharge by myself. You know, there's a reason I packed deodorant and an extra shirt in my bag for the day. I was sweating having to go up and pull people that I respect in the industry who have no clue who the fuck I am and then interview them with any kind of authority. So please know that there is a reason I coach. There is a reason I educate on here. It's because I actually care about helping people and connecting with people. So if you ever see me in the wild, please don't feel like it's weird to come say hi to me. I am just a human, just like you. Anyway, future Justina will give you a little bit more rambling in real time. So let's finish out these clips and pan over to her. I'm back in the Airbnb with the toilet that doesn't flush. You guys, we're not gonna go into details. Anyway, today was great. Goddamn, Belfast is so freaking cool. If you are a fan of kettlebells and want to just like learn from a ton of different people, I honestly cannot recommend more. Like, I'm sure voiceover Justina kind of gave the breakdown of a lot of the stuff that you saw, but you know, doing some mouth taping, learning some juggling with kettlebells, some flows, learning the functional kettlebell training method or FKT, which has been something that's like been on my to-do list in terms of continuing education. Just like all of these different people who are experts in their field or their niche in the field of like training and kettlebells and whatever, all coming together in one place. So freaking cool. I really honestly like proud of myself that I pulled myself out of my own comfort zone, and most of my day, if I was not in one of the seminars, was like going up to people I don't know and being like, hey, would you like to do an interview for Belfast Ensemble social media? I'm literally going to lay on this couch and eat dinner and like not talk to anyone for a week. I don't know. I'm just feeling like really, definitely like wiped, but like really, really grateful. Really grateful. Who the fuck am I that I get to just get flown out here, everything paid for, to talk about my business and how I've used YouTube to scale it, to then work a booth where I get to interview all of these coaches and pick their brain about their businesses and their struggles and their successes, and then learn from all of these industry experts and make all of these connections. And it's just like, oh, and I got to meet one of my clients like in person. Obviously we meet every single week, but like, damn, I'm feeling very grateful. So thank you, all of you. A day like today would not have been possible if I did not have this platform and didn't have the community of people, all of you, participating and watching and supporting. And honestly, guys, like, even if, like, obviously, you know, I talked about how I gave a talk about how YouTube is my top sales funnel and leads people to my business, but like, that really, it's not why I started this channel. I started it to fill a creative hole that I was missing when I stopped performing. And eventually that turned into educating people and empowering people about how their bodies work, because that was just something that I didn't grow up with. I don't really know where I was going with this. Oh, even just you watching this video and like hitting the like button, and if you want to see more, like subscribing, literally that is the best support you could give me. If my business solves an issue for you, amazing. If it doesn't, also amazing. Grateful to have you here. So anyway, you can tell I'm feeling really, really sappy. I need to take a shower. I need to continue to just ignore the toilet situation. It's not great, guys. We're gonna end the video here. So thank you guys so much for everything, ever. Like I've said, I'm gonna end the video like 7 times. So we're actually gonna do it now. Bye.